Good morning, folks. Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, kicking y'all off with another video. Okay, so today's video is about, as you read in the title, is Q getting in the way of people's common sense? And I ask that because, well, I believe that's what's happening. Okay. Now, every time Trump does something tyrannical, every time he does something to go against our freedoms, every time he does some socialist type shit, his followers, the people that love him so much, his fans, they start to wake up a little bit. They start to think. They start to think like, man, what's Trump doing? What is he doing? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Is he really on our side? Does he really want to drain the swamp? Remember how he kept attacking the Fed back in 2018, 2017? People still believe that he's going to take the Fed down, abolish the Fed. You know, they think, oh, when he does something, like, it's like, oh man, what is he doing? Oh man, I don't know if I could trust Trump anymore. I don't think Trump is the man anymore. And then guess what happens? Q drops a post claiming all this shit, like, oh, all these arrests are about to be made. They're about to arrest this person, that person. Ellen DeGeneres and Jimmy Fallon and them have arrest warrants and all this other stuff. Like, they start dropping stuff like that. Start dropping nonsense rumors that never come to fruition. You know. Meanwhile, Clinton is still running around free. The Clintons are still doing their thing with the Clinton Foundation. They've robbed millions of people. They've been involved with a pedophile ring. You know what I mean? And, so it's like, in all these murders, when is Hillary or Killary going to be arrested? When is she going to go down? When are all these people going to go down? All these people that are a part of the deep state or the shadow government. Trump has yet to make that happen, though that's what you believe he's going to do, because QAnon told you, right? So it's like this, and it's very simple. It's very simple. You cannot change such an entrenched establishment as this, the one that's on our neck, the one that got the boot on our neck. You cannot change that as an establishment so entrenched as that from within. You can't do it. Okay? You cannot do it. Simply because they have too many moving parts, too many redundancies, too many contingencies, too many kill switches. Okay? They got you by the balls. All right? Not to mention, you're ignoring the fact that he has certain individuals in his cabinet that are downright dirty dogs. Steve Mnuchin. Okay, he had Acosta in there. Acosta had to go because it was just his connection with Jeffrey Epstein, and the fact that Jeffrey Epstein was let off so easily the first time he got caught doing some pedophile shit. He had to go. But then John Bolton had to go too, right? But he still has Mike Pompeo up in there. All right? The number one warmonger in the cabinet. So these are things that you have to look at. And then you say, oh, Q says trust the plan, right? Well, perhaps the plan is to get you to trust the plan so that your ass can be put to sleep. It's time to wake that ass up. Okay? It's time to wake that ass up. Trump, even if Trump had intended on doing the things Q said he wants to do, he just simply cannot. Not from within the system. We have to understand this too. Trump did not come out of nowhere to get to where he's at. He's always been part of the system. He's always been within the system. The media used to love this dude. He was a media darling, right? The Democrats loved him. He was a New York Democrat, okay? Then all of a sudden becomes president, and he gets all this ire pointed toward him by the media. He gets all this opposition all of a sudden. It's manufactured. He's been on their side from the beginning. At least that's my belief. Just based on the actions that I see. And the lack of action that I don't see. So, it's very important that we don't get caught up in the cult of personality disorder and that we look at the forest from the trees, okay? Forest for the trees. We got to look at what's really being done here. He just signed a stimulus package with all kind of funky shit in it like that has nothing to do with the COVID-19. So I'm like, okay. And what's interesting is before that happened, before we found out he signed it, your boy Brandon Tatum, who I've done several videos on, right, attacking his outlook on certain issues like police, statism and how he's a statist and all this stuff. And right before that, he did a video saying, if Trump better not sign this bill, right? The stimulus package, if it has this in it. And then he listed a number of things. And guess what? Trump signed the stimulus package with all those things in it. So, now what? Well, Brandon Tatum got really upset and did a live. And he's sipping on wine and whatnot. And I can see his resolve for his support of Trump is cracking. And it's not like little tiny cracks. It's like fissures, okay? Huge fissures of doubt are spreading across his mind right now as we speak. So I hope. He was a little inebriated. But I could see that he was genuinely upset, excuse me, by the fact that Trump signed that stimulus package. And he wasn't just upset at that. He was upset by the fact that there have been no mass arrests, right? Like they were talking about. That he was upset by the fact that Trump never took over the Fed like he said he was going to, or like Q said he was going to. He was upset by the fact that 9 out of 10 things that Q says is going to happen in regards to Trump does not happen. And I was like, wow. And that's when I realized, Brandon Tatum might genuinely believe, like, in Trump. He might have believed in him genuinely. And the fact that you can tell that he's so upset by Trump, and the fact that he's actually turning you can see his mind shifting. Right? You can see his thought process shifting toward freedom. A little bit. He's still a statist. He still believes in police. But we can work on that. All right? For those who do believe in police and think that the police are necessary, that your mind can be changed. And I believe that I can help change your mind. But in regards to what Trump is doing and whether or not Trump is really who Q says he is, I can see Brandon Tatum's mind shifting. Okay? And I was in the comment section telling everybody, I said, look, y'all can't depend on Trump for nothing. He's part of the establishment. He's a banker puppet. Okay? I said that. I said, this Q thing is a Trojan horse. Every time Trump does some statist shit, every time Trump goes against our freedoms, every time Trump participates in socialism or initiates socialism, and people get upset and people start to realize and open their minds up and open their eyes to the fact that Trump is really not their savior, Q drops a post. Every time Trump, it's like that's part of the plan. Okay, Trump is going to go against our freedoms today. He's going to take away our rights a little bit at a time. Every time he takes away our rights, we, Q, are going to drop a post talking about arrest and Ellen DeGeneres losing adrenochrome. And like, listen, listen, man. Okay, Ellen DeGeneres looks old as hell, and she might be taking adrenochrome, and she might be participating in a pedophile ring. Jimmy Fallon might be participating in a pedophile ring. Oprah Winfrey might be participating, and we know Clinton's involved, or Clinton knows people that are involved that rock with her, but yet no arrests have been made. So why is this relevant? Why is it relevant? Why are you telling us about this if they ass ain't being locked up? If they ain't locked up, what's the point? But anyway, I can see, like, I can read people's character. I can read people's body language. I can see, I have a really good eye for when I think when people are full of shit. Okay, and like he just like Anthony Brian Logan. Anthony Brian Logan actually believes in what he's talking about, right? When he supports Trump and defends Trump and talks about conservatism, he thinks it's the only route to go, other than the Democratic Party. See, they think they only have two choices. See, they think that Trump is the best choice that they have. And I had to remind Brandon, because I was in the comment section, I had to remind Brandon Tatum. I said, look, man, there are other options. I said, the best option is to decentralize the government and go back to sovereign states. And that's where you start. I said, we'll have a little more freedom. And he actually agreed with that. He actually agreed. Because essentially what conservatives and Republicans are supposed to believe in less government. But Trump is enlarging the government. He's increasing government control, especially with his Emergency Production Act or whatever, the Production Act, where he's initiated it several times to compel companies to produce and manufacture things at a low rate, at a rate that the government feels that they. So if the government has the power to completely stall capitalism, right? Because if the government wants you to do something for them, without that act, without the Production Act or demand production, whatever the fuck, they can bid on the work. They can bid, and you can get the best price, right? You want to make a profit. You want to turn a profit, even if the government wants you wants to contract you out. Okay, so, but what this act does, and when he invokes it, the company can do it for $1. Like he can compel a company to do this manufacturing, and that goes against capitalism. That goes against the free market. That goes against freedom. So he's expanding government. So now he can, and that was an executive order. Now he can go ahead and do this whenever he wants. Oh, I need you to make some masks. Okay. Oh, and then he can compel you to make some masks, or your company gets shut down, or whatever the hell happens. That's a problem. Y'all don't see that, Trump lovers? The fact that he would invoke that. He's done it 3 times and he bragged about it. Y'all got to understand what y'all dealing with here. Trump is not going to save us. Trump is not going to save you. And that's the whole point. That's what I try to that's what I try to help convince people of. No one is going to save you but you. You understand? No one is going to save your community but your community. No one's going to save us but us. You cannot rely on anybody in the establishment to do it. Trump is bought and paid for. Steve Mnuchin saw to that. So look, that's what we have to do. These people, like Brandon Tatum, Candace Owens, I don't know where she stands. I think she's actually a shill. I think she's not a shill, but I don't think she's genuine at all. I think she's a plant to help convince black people that they still need to support government. See, what you're doing is when you support one party or the other, you're still supporting the government. It doesn't matter which wing of the bird you're sitting on, you know. So she's there to present a conflict, a false conflict between the right and the left. It's a false paradigm, okay? And so she has to keep that going. She has to keep that up. She has to perpetuate that whole thing. And so she does this Brexit thing and blacks for Trump and all this stuff to try to pull black people from one side to the other, but or even, you know, liberals from that side to this side, whatever. As long as you keep them on one side or the other and you keep up the dog and pony show, she's doing her job. Because people are either going to hate her or they're going to love her. They're going to hate her and stay on the left, or they're going to love her and go to the right. Well, excuse me. It's the Kiefer. Me, I don't want either side. Okay? I'm right on the outside. On the outside. I'm off the bird. I don't want nothing to do with the bird. So, I don't hate Candace Owens. I don't love her. I have no emotional stake in this whole government thing. I have no emotional stake in politicians. I have no emotional stake in any of this. In QAnon, Trump. I have no stake in it. But a lot of these people do. They have emotional stake in Trump and in conservatism. They have an emotional stake in QAnon and all this other stuff. It's just the emotion. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And it gets in the way of logic. And that's what I try to preach. Okay? Logic, common sense, okay? Knowledge and facts, research, evidence. Like, common sense will tell you that if QAnon tells you they're going to be arrests made at a certain point and it doesn't happen, then they're full of shit. Because either they were lying or Trump ain't got it like that. Trump don't have the power he think he got. Either way, it's pointless to believe in someone who is the so-called leader of the free world. And that's my whole point. And I hope that we can help other people. I hope I can help you guys understand it. Those of you who support Trump, I hope you can realize one day, and one day soon, because it'll be too late eventually, that Trump is not the one. There is no the one. There is no Messiah. There's no one. Jesus. No one's going to come back and save you unless you're willing to save yourselves. You have to be willing to stand up and fight for your freedoms, fight for your rights, fight for your sovereignty, no matter who is in the Oval Office. No matter who. See, and when you start to rise up in a real way, when you stand on your nuts and say, nah, pimpin', then certain people within the establishment might start to look at things a little differently. And then they might start doing things from the inside because they see that the system, that the establishment is a house of cards. And all it takes is us to pull that ace out from the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? And that shit start to teeter. They're going to want to jump off. There are going to be people that are going to want to jump off the house of cards before it crumbles down on top of them. So, but you have to be willing to stand up. And when they do turn against the establishment, they got to know that you're going to have their back, that you're going to help protect them, that you're going, you know what I mean? That's how you do it. You have to be willing to show that you're going to stand up for your own rights. Because these people in the establishment, if they see you just laying down, they might have the intention of doing what you think they're going to do. But it might be a little bit more comfortable for them, or they might be fearful because they're seeing certain things that show them that, look, if I do go against the establishment, I can get a Brazilian necktie, a Colombian necktie, or an Italian necktie, whatever you call it, when they slit the throat and pull your tongue out from the hole and have you hanging. Or you might end up with the coronavirus, or whatever happens. If they see that you're going against them and you have no one to back you up and the people aren't rising up to stand up to catch you when you fall, you're gonna keep doing what you're doing. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I got some things to show you guys later. I think I might do a live. It's been a while since I've done a live, so I think I want to do a live presentation, with some receipts. And as far as the podcast, I gotta talk to my brother about the podcast tomorrow. I might do it, I might not. I ain't really been on my shit. I should have been establishing guests and all this other shit, but I had other things on my mind. And I get home from work and I want to exercise and chill with my family, and and work really gets in the way of me doing what I really want to do with this whole thing. Okay, because 8 hours a day working, that's a long time, man. That's a third of your day. That's a third of your day. Okay, and then you sleep for 8 hours. So you only have 8 hours to yourself in a day? Nah, man. Now I'm getting to the point where I need 16 hours a day to myself and to spend with my family and do things that I want to do. So that might be coming soon. You know what I mean? You feel me? So, because I do enjoy what I'm doing on YouTube, I want to grow. I want to expand my knowledge in terms of videos and editing, and start doing things a little differently, and not just sitting in the truck or sitting in the work van. I want to do things I want to do a little more. I want to build this channel and all that. So anyway, y'all let me know in the comment section. Support your boy if you want by hitting the like button and sharing this video. Subscribe. And like I said before, y'all can hit me up on my email. Y'all want to support the channel, y'all can buy my book that I have published on Amazon. And yeah, let's keep growing. Peace out.